Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to my Starfield playthrough. Today I believe we're going to be going up to the Eye and talking to Vladimir, and then probably coming back down here and going to talk to the Freestar Collective and the House Varun ambassador, because I feel like it makes sense to do that next part of the Vanguard mission after right after the Terrormorph attack, so... But I do want to go up and talk to Vladimir just because I think that it's a little overdue here. And I also forgot that I can just fast travel back to my ship. It's like the loading screen knows where I'm intending to go.
I have something for you. Hey, if you have time, I've been thinking about some things. I wanted to talk to you.
I forgot Barrett wants to talk. We'll have to do that too at some point. Wow, I just spent a bunch of time trying to power my grav drive and then remembered that I don't have to power my grav drive because the Eye is literally right here.
Ship is now docked. Perfect. Didn't even smudge the paint.
All right. Go see what Vladimir's got to say here.
We got a rook on deck. Good to see Constellation getting some fresh blood.
Aha! You got your nickname from Vlad. You're official now.
Wish I could have been down at the lodge to see the artifacts come together. But I got a little lost peeking through the eye. Probably would have just gotten annoyed at being bothered. I'll catch a smile at our next big revelation. You know there's more to come. Now, this station, the Eye, rigged up for deep space scans. Barrett and Sarah teased out the signs of where our artifacts could be hiding after we caught our second one. But the data takes a slow ride along the Sea of Light. Years or decades between us and the fringes of space without a grav drive. You won't be the only constellation out there. Andreja and Matteo are both following up on scans themselves. Matteo went out recently, but Andreja, it's been a while. Hate to pull the worried old man act on you, but I'm an old man and I'm worried.
It's okay to be worried about her, Vlad. She's been out there for a while.
She should be at one of the 2 sites I've marked on your star map. Can take care of herself, but we all need backup sometimes. Anyway, hopefully you'll be catching Fortune's smile, and we'll have some more artifacts to take a closer look at. Happy hunting. Show the
Dusty.
words another time, then.
Dusty. Let's talk.
Alright, let's see here. I guess we can talk to Barrett now. Might as well get that conversation out of the way, you know? Then we'll just head back down to New Atlantis and head to go talk to the Freestar Collective.
I've been thinking a lot about my early days in Constellation lately. Got me pretty nostalgic, and I started digging in some old things. Just sort of reminiscing. I found some of Irvin's last messages to me and thought I'd listen to them again to hear his voice. It was surreal, honestly. So, most of the messages were everyday things. Lots of excitedly written news about biodiversity and plant life. But one thing stood out. In one of his messages, he mentioned this job that he took at a mine shortly before he died. He said something terrible was happening there. But the message was garbled after that. True, but this was different. I recognized this pattern from the war. A portion of the message was encrypted. Well, Vasco helped me decipher it. Turns out the message was from Irvin, and he was begging me to help him. The message was short, but his voice was pained. He was so upset. Yes. Hearing his voice in so much pain was very difficult. I wish I had noticed this message when he sent it. So in this message, Irvin said he was being framed. He said they'll do it again. He asked if Constellation could send more help. It is, but I was thinking about it and, well, it's still wrong, right? So I figured, hey, I can do some sort of a remote investigation here, see what I can find out. There's gotta be a paper trail, right? Now, I happen to have a trustworthy contact who knows a bit about law and owes me a favor. I'd need to pay in advance in case there are any access fees or bribes. That works. I'll tell them to go ahead with the investigation. You know, hearing Irvin's voice again made me want to help him, even though I know I can't. Does that make any sense? I appreciate that. It's going to be hard to get some sleep tonight after all this. But the fact that I'm doing something about it might be enough to help. Hopefully poking around in old records doesn't catch the attention of Hephaestus. Well, anyway, I'll let you know if my contact finds anything.
Hi. Please disregard.
Does this place look cleaner than before? Huh. Nah.
Alright, so now we're going to head back down to New Atlantis and go work on the next stage of the Vanguard mission. First, we have to convince this vile representative from the Freestar Collective to help
Ship's
us.
detached. We're clear.
So, that should be fun.
I have something for you.
I totally traveled to the wrong spot. I meant to go to the Mast District. I wonder if I can go right to the Freestar Collective from here. No, but that's fine. We can go... Can you not fast travel over here, actually? Oh, yes. There we go. Whoa. Just Barrett's face right there when I loaded in. That was kind of crazy.
Today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree?
Oh, it's going to be a great day for sure.
Sorry, but I need sign-off from the Interstellar Affairs office before I can set foot in there. Look, you gotta be cute.
You are a visitor? You'll find the...
Hey, you might want this. Thought you'd never ask. Here, all yours.
Always got to get the free stuff from Barrett because he gives
Visitors
you food.
are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or...
Every day that we all keep talking is a day we should celebrate.
Terrormorphs.
All right, here goes nothing.
All that security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Sounds like it was a real mess down at the spaceport.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants Terrormorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
Yeah, sure. Mostly.
I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time, and yours, and go? You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One, to convince me. Understood. I'm listening. Less than a generation. Hardly long enough to claim the UC is completely reformed. It's a job I take very seriously. It's why I'm even entertaining what you're suggesting right now. It's possible I might be letting my history cloud my judgment. Possibly. Please don't talk to me like I'm some cold-hearted monster. I'm trying to protect lives too. Captain, I'm sorry, but my answer is not changing. The UC is just gonna have to find another way. Now, I presume you can see yourself out.
If you're not a cold-hearted monster, why is there a recording in your room about how you're, like, wanting someone to die so you can take their place, basically? You know? Just saying.
That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right? You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky. And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier. Doubt the Vanguard would have a lot of recruits if that were the job description. But I'll take your point. But look, they said you were coming here on official business. The ambassador likes to handle all that personally, even if she does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, So, you should probably go speak to her. You want to work with me? Why don't we talk somewhere a bit more private? So you want me to work with you? But why now? Why me? No, I think that's a pretty safe assumption. And no other city should have to go through what happened here. So then, what would you need from me? Her quarters. Oh, that's doable. And you and the UC will be providing me with what for my services? Oh, wait. I thought you were looking to hire me. Oh, I'm not taking a bribe. That much, huh? Okay, no, okay, yeah. Okay,
Don't want him to walk away empty-handed,
there's a
you know?
utility corridor that leads to the ambassador's quarters, which you can access through the main conference room. Here, the key. Whatever you do, don't let the guards see you entering or exiting the utility section, or you're gonna be in serious hot water. I'll keep an ear out for more instructions from the UC.
Now I have to remember how we get in the utility area. Oh, it's over here. That's right. Okay. I knew there was like that one vent over by the entrance where we came in right over there, but I was like, I don't feel like that was the right way to go.
Detected. Patching in playback.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Cameron!
Are you alright, Ambassador?
It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again. Which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process.
What are you getting at, ma'am?
I mean, my request keeps being rejected because they don't want to add a C, right? But what if? What if one opened up? The life is hard. In what it used to be. It's not like anyone would miss him.
Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep.
Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh?
Good night, Eva.
Wow.
It's good to be back at the embassy.
This is one of those moments where it's going to be satisfying to use
Did
that
I not
against
make
her.
myself abundantly clear, Captain? You're not getting access to the archives. Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about. No. If the council found out, I'd lose my position. I'd be exiled. Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. The issue at hand is one of trust, no? So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us, then maybe we can find a way to trust the UC with access to the archives. Good. I appreciate you working with me. Just like I'm sure our great powers will. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our factions happy and ensure an air of legitimacy to the whole proceeding. I can only let you get the information on the Terrormorphs. Anything else and people will get suspicious. And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers making sure everything's being used for the right purposes. But those 2 items should be enough to allay any suspicions.
I think having the Freestar involved with it is also good anyway, because it should keep the UC in line a little bit.
Good. Okay, let's go get you your access. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Code generator's just this way. Here you go. I hope that'll be enough to maintain your discretion.
Alright, well after that situation, just going and having to fight in the House of Varun Enclave will be welcome change. Alright, I checked. I think I have enough weapons and ammo. Put my spacesuit back on for the armor.
Abandoned their embassy. No idea why.
Looks like the place could use a clean. This mission honestly really freaked me out the first time I did it.
Say what you will, but I bet House Varun knows how to party.
We will be hacking all the computers because it will be helpful to us. Flashlight. I don't know if the flashlight actually helps in here with this
Never
haze
going to
or
get
not.
the deposit back after this.
Alright, maybe it's still a little freaky to be honest. I just get, like, lost in here. I have trouble. Oh. I have trouble finding my way around because it's so dark and, like, the layout's kind of confusing. Oh, that lock is too difficult. We don't have any level ups, do we? No. Alright, so I guess we won't be able to hack all of the security anyway, but that's alright. Oh. You mean like literally right here we're not alone. Oh. Oh. That's nice. So many friends coming out to play. Yeah. There, that turret likes me, so.
Ours now.
There we go. Let's hope we can level up our security skill now. I guess we already could have. I don't know where my confusion was with that, but whatever. Now we got to do 5 locks before we can do the next stage. Might as well do this one for the practice. And that was definitely just for practice, because I already destroyed those robots. But that's no biggie. Probably cut it out just because it took a second. Alright, now I think those turrets are on our side. Oh, those aren't though. We have to go upstairs first, because downstairs is where he's at, I think. I think there's a panel somewhere here if I can get through. Is it in here?
That didn't take long at all.
Doesn't sound like Barrett's having a good time out there. Where's the computer for these? Maybe there isn't one for this spot. Oh well. It really doesn't matter at this point because we're heading downstairs anyway. Oh look, it's the computer. Literally right there. Oh well. I was like running through just trying to not get hit too many times, so completely ran past it. I think we're just gonna stick with the Equinox, even though it's not as great at close range, but I don't really have a shotgun yet, so these things are nasty though. Oh, that one's level 12. That's good.
Get it.
Maybe they're not that bad. Maybe it's just more like they freak me out a little more because they're, you know, running at you on 4 legs instead of 2.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge, and then silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of Terrormorphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On Terrormorphs, presumably, hmm? Do I see this all clearly? The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
We can't take chances with anybody, so we'll keep eyes on everybody.
Well, then I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
I didn't take your credits.
Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good.
Alright, now we just gotta go back to the math building. And we can go get the data. Such a confusing mess in here.
On the record? What response?
I'm told by Token.
Pardon.
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement. That's incredible. I wasn't sure Radcliffe would ever get on board. I'm very much looking forward to getting the debrief on how precisely you managed to pull all this off, but that'll have to wait for another time. Regardless, superlative work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
I'm always on my best behavior. I don't know what she's talking about.
Can you believe this tree was here before the city?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a really old tree, actually.
And after the UC Navy's defeat at the Battle of Cheyenne by the Freestar Collective's ragtag fleet, both sides decided the time had come to bring the colony war to an end.
Whoa. That guy was just a floating head and a gun for a minute there.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin. Verified. Unlocked. You may proceed, Captain.
Would have been funny if they just like locked Barrett in there by accident. Alright, so now we just gotta go back and hand this in to the deputy there, and then we should be ready to move on to the next part next time. And we should be UC citizens after this.
Yes, what?
There you are.
Captain. Surprised to find out we're having visitors as we work.
Major Sinan and I were just discussing the merits of your planned interfactional cooperation. I think it's a great idea. Get them invested in the solution. Make it clear we've got nothing to hide.
I'm sure they'll be lovely house guests.
Now, Captain, if you wouldn't mind transferring the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing next steps.
Time for us to start getting some real answers, and figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Should even be able to house its own cadre of independent observers. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Yes?
Wish that bartender at the viewport would stop complaining to security. I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by annoying us.
I got all day. Go ahead and just take your time. I've never done this part at night before.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen? Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terrormorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms? Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
Alright, that's where we're going to leave it for this episode. In the next episode, we really are going to head off and do some of the Constellation missions before we go any further with the Vanguard stuff. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next episode.